If you're an online coach and you want to make $20,000 in your business, I want to show you the fastest way to get there in this training. I'm going to cover a 5-step process that'll take you through exactly what you need to do from start to finish. And at the end of this, there are going to be 2 more bonus steps. The bonus steps will take you from $20,000 a month to $50,000 a month. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Matt. I'm a physical therapist by trade. I got into the online coaching space in 2015. And since then, I've grown and scaled multiple 6- and 7-figure coaching companies. My current coaching business does around $100,000 to $110,000 a month. And I also have a few coaching businesses that I have partnerships with where I'm an internal member where I help them grow and scale their coaching business. And I've got about another 150 coaches that I'm working with in my mastermind. So what I'm going to share with you today is exactly what I have all of my coaches do and I do in my own coaching businesses when I start them to get them to $20,000 a month. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I've got a Google Doc up, and this is going to help us just stay organized and go through these steps one at a time. I'll link this Google Doc in the description below. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So step 1 is offer optimization. Anybody that comes to me, we've got to really make sure we have one solution to one problem for one person. If you've got multiple offers, it's going to be really hard and complex because your messaging is going to be different, and we want to create it all and make it very uniform. Okay. One offer, which is one solution to one problem for one person. Okay. That's the first thing. Now, if you're new to coaching and you're under $20,000 a month, I'm going to highly recommend you start with one-on-one coaching first. And once you've got a caseload of 20 to 30 or 40 clients, you can then switch to more of a group model, which can be more scalable. But I'm going to highly recommend if you're under $20,000 a month to stick with one-on-one coaching. It's much easier to sell, and the perceived value of one-on-one coaching is going to be much higher. And you can charge higher for it. So start there if you're under 20K a month. And here's just some general price recommendations for the 2 different types of coaches that we work with in our coaching business. Number 1 is health coaches. So this could be a fitness coach, a nutrition coach, or a clinician that wants to create an online health coaching offer. We find that a good starting point for these coaches is to charge around $2,000 for 6 months of coaching, or $4,000 for 12 months of coaching. It's a really good start point. Typically with this price point and offer, you're going to be delivering daily workouts or daily nutrition support or daily accountability. You're going to give them a plan every single day, and you're going to be holding them accountable with text messages, with emails, etc. But it doesn't require a lot of your time to be on phone calls or do any live sessions with people. Okay. That's what this pricing's for. Now, if you are wanting to hop on calls with them, do live sessions, etc., we're going to recommend you add at least $100 a month for every one-on-one call that you do. Okay. That way your profit margins stay high and you're able to charge for the level of service that you're providing. Next up is life coaches. So there's really 2 models to this. We've got bi-weekly and weekly calls. Life coaching, you may have a program that someone would go through, but they're not necessarily going to be getting daily workout support, nutrition support, etc. A lot of the value in life coaching is going to be that one-on-one element and having conversations. So the bi-weekly model, we suggest starting at $2,000 for 3 months or $4,000 for 6 months. If you're doing weekly calls, we're going to be getting closer to the $1,000 a month range. Think of bi-weekly as like $500 a month. If you're doing it for 3 months, it would come out to $1,500, but we bump it up a little bit. And then if you're doing weekly calls, we're sticking closer to the $1,000 a month. So we're doing $3,000 for 3 months or $6,000 for 6 months. Now, this is starting. Okay. I've paid over $20,000 for 6 months of life coaching before. Okay. But if you're brand new, getting started, you're under $20,000 a month, you're probably going to be sticking closer to the $500 to $1,000 range. And in the future, you can absolutely charge more. Okay, number 2, once we've got the offer dialed in, we then want to go into a sales process. You want one way to enroll clients. And I'm going to highly encourage these to be Zoom or phone calls, right? If you're under $20,000 a month, it's not in your best interest to try to do DM sales or text message sales or just tell people prices before getting on the call with them. Your closing rate, which is the rate at which you sign clients up, will be way, way lower if you're not on calls. Because on the calls, you can get the opportunity to coach someone through the decision of working with you or not. And really, that conversation is all around helping that person invest in themselves. And that's what we do as coaches. And that's honestly why I coach in general and help health coaches is I want more people to invest in themselves. And the best way to do that is to have a one-on-one call with somebody, have a conversation, see what their goals are, show you can help, and help them get across the line and invest in themselves. Now, important, a lot of people don't like sales, okay? And I get it, right? But I'm going to highly encourage you to not outsource this until you're doing at least $20,000 to $30,000 a month. It's important because you need to be the best salesperson for your business before you hire anybody else. You need to know your product in and out. And you're going to learn so much from the conversations you have to improve your product and to improve your marketing. And it's much easier if you're doing that than having someone else do this. So even if it's painful for you now, I'm going to encourage you, how can you get more reps and become really good at sales to where your closing rate is well above 40% and you're profitable and you're making $20,000 to $30,000 a month, and you can then hire someone to take over your sales department. All right, that's what I got for sales. So far we created an offer, we've got a sales process. Number 3, we're going to turn your personal Instagram account into a lead magnet, okay? Notice I said personal, not business. Personal accounts will convert much higher. And you might be asking, what about Facebook? What about LinkedIn? Look, I've used all the different platforms. My favorite one, the one I see the fastest returns on, is Instagram. Now, if you have an older demographic, Facebook can work just as well. We've just found that the messaging, the DMs back and forth, are a lot faster on Instagram than they are on Facebook. So if you're not using Instagram right now, make sure you set it up. What I'm going to show you here in a second is I'm going to hop into my personal Instagram and kind of just show you how to set it up. If we can turn our profile into a lead magnet, what's going to happen here is every time someone drops my Instagram account a follow, they now become a lead. And from there, I can reach out, have a conversation, see if they need help, and invite them to calls. That is step 4. We're going to get to that in just a second. But let's go ahead and I'll pull up my account real quick and let's just talk about how we can turn your personal Instagram account into a lead magnet. All right, so this is my account. It's super clean. I'm gonna go through it step by step and just show you from a high level view of how to optimize this. Number 1, your profile photo. Have it be a nice professional photo of you. For this headshot that I got, there's a service that's like Uber for headshots. I can't remember the name of it, but you could probably just Google it. And I paid $100 for a headshot, and I just like did headshot near me, and it was like, $100. And I clicked it, I scheduled it same day, got a headshot, and I got a bunch of actually really good photos from that I can now use for personal branding. You don't need to set up a really expensive photography shoot. You could do this for $100 or less just by searching on Google. So that's 1, professional headshot. Number 2 is your actual name. You want it to be really simple, because imagine if you're on a podcast and you're like, yeah, go follow me at Blue Panda 4572. It's probably going to be confusing. You might lose somebody. Versus, yeah, go follow me on Instagram at Dr. Matt Shiver, Dr. Matt Shiver, and people can type that and they can easily search for you. Okay, so keep that handle really simple. Next is your bio, your actual name in your bio. For this, put your name again in here, because if someone's going to search you, you want them to pop up. The second part to this is your title. Now, keep the title simple. What would other people label you as? You might be like, I'm not this, but I don't care about what you think you are. What do other people think you are? Because that's how other people can find you. They can come to the search feed and they can type in, online fitness coach. And when someone types this in, here are all the people that pop up for online fitness coach, right? So if I'm looking for business coach, you can pop up. So think about what would other people search when they're thinking about you, and put that in your profile name. Okay, next up is your bio. I'm gonna keep this high level, really simple. Your bio needs to be very, very clear. Who do you help and what do you help them do? Doesn't have to have a bunch of a crazy guarantee, doesn't have to have a bunch of other criteria. Let's keep it simple. So for me, I help health coaches get more clients. Anybody who comes to my account that's a health coach knows what I do. Now, they might be curious on, well, how do you do that? Do you do it through Instagram? Do you do it through Facebook? Do you do it through ads? Do you do it through email? I could put another thing there if I wanted to, but I would actually probably put it under the second line. Be like, scale with Facebook ads to $100,000 a month. I could put that there too, but I chose not to. Okay. I chose not to for this right now. Right underneath it, I have just a little social proof that I know what I'm doing. Like I've worked with 2,500 clients since 2015. So this just shows, oh, he can get more clients. What has he done? Oh, he's clearly gotten a lot of clients and he's worked in this space since 2015, almost a decade, not there yet, but almost a decade. And then last but not least, in the bio, I've got a free training. And you don't have to do this. This is going to be, we're going to talk about this later on in this training. But if you don't have a free training, you can have a very simple call to action to DM me the word fit for more information on how to work together, or DM me fit for a free training, or whatever. But you could have that be your call to action, or you could have, click the link below to apply for coaching, and it could be a type form. The big thing is just have it be one super clear call to action. Okay. So outside of that, will notice a few other things that I've got on my account. I've got some pinned story highlights. If you guys want to, you can go to my account and check all this out. What I do have pinned here is I have testimonials, really important. I have my origin story, really important. How do I connect with my ideal client? I've got some freebies. So anytime someone comes through, they can go through and join my email list and let me know that they're interested in working with me. There's one that's a book a call. And then there's my offer, which is kind of a breakdown of how I help people. This is what I have for all my clients do, which is very clean and simple. Okay. The most important part on all that is definitely going to be the results. And then the pin post that I've got a few things in here that I strategically put in here. Most of them are my personal story, right? Because when someone comes to my account, I want them to connect with me as a person before they learn about how smart I am and how much I can help them. Like I want them to be like, ooh, I want to follow this guy. Why? Real quick, key things here. Weightlifter. Okay. So I know people who are in the CrossFit community, who are in strength and conditioning will see this and they'll be like, oh, he's a business coach, but he also lifts weights. And they're going to make a check mark. Okay, cool. I relate to that. Second thing here, this says doctor. It doesn't say doctor of what. It's kind of creates some curiosity. They can figure that out more by here, or they can figure it out by here. Right? This is 5 lessons I learned as a physical therapist that helps me build multiple 6- and 7-figure coaching businesses in 3 years. Someone could click this and go through and learn more about me and my journey. And then last one here, this is my origin story. Okay. Again, my origin story is here. It's here. And even a lot of it's in this stuff too. But I'm very heavy in the origin story. So here is, hey, I'm Dr. Matt Shiver. Today marks 24 months since I've worked as a physical therapist. So I want to show you, just throw up a post and tell you what I'm doing. And then it's just a story post of what I'm currently doing and why I'm doing that. Okay. So that's a snapshot, really high level view of my profile, but it looks really cool, especially like these little story highlight bubbles. They look cool. Like you come, you're like, okay, grow. Automatically you see his thing. You're like, okay, I help coaches get more clients, grow. Okay. Business growth, right? It's very at a snapshot view. You already know what I'm doing, right? Which is really helpful. So we want to create that for you and your business too, because if you're creating awesome content, you want more followers because every follower you get is going to be a lead. All right. So that's step 3. We're going to turn our Instagram account into a lead magnet. Step 4, we have to learn how to convert those new followers into paying clients. So I've mentioned this a few times already in this presentation. Conversions happen in conversations. The more conversations you have, the more calls you will book. The more calls you will book, the more clients you will sign. So with that, how do we start more conversations? The fastest way to do that is to get more followers. In the next step, I'll tell you how to get more followers. Let's keep diving into this step, okay? So for this step, you want to create a process that's going to take a new follower to a booked sales call. Okay, I'm going to show you mine real quick. All right, so up on the screen now is my process from the time I have a new follower to the time that I invite them to a call and sign them as a client. Okay, here it is. When I get a new follower, I'm going to start a conversation with them same day. Okay, same day. Typically, when that happens, I'm going to look at their profile and I'm going to send a personalized message based on something I see, a similarity that we both have on their profile. Okay. The whole goal here is to get a response. Okay. Step 1, send a message, get a response. Step 2, I'm going to start to qualify this person, right? Why do they follow me? Are they a coach that's looking to get more clients? So in here, I'm going to ask a question like, hey, are you a coach or are you just now getting started? And from there, I'll ask a few more qualifying questions to make sure that they are my ideal client. Then I'm going to ask a more goal setting question. Okay. You don't have to ask just, hey, what are your goals? Like when I get a message like that now, I know someone's trying to sell me. So I'll typically be a little bit more discreet about how I'm asking goals. I don't just come out and say, hey, what are your goals? I'll typically say, hey, awesome. What type of projects are you working on right now? Right? This is more for me. Now, if you're a fitness coach, you might ask a question of, cool, what's your current workout routine? Or, hey, I see that you're a busy accountant. How in the world do you make time for the gym, right? You can ask a question like that. That kind of opens up the ability to ask more goals. Nice, that's your workout routine? Cool, what are you training for, right? And that can lead into goals. All right, well, we'll keep going down that path. I want to find their goal and be objective with it. Then I want to identify that their current method of trying to achieve those goals is not working, okay? So I'm a health coach. How's that plan working for you? It's not working that great. I'm kind of getting mediocre results. Oh, okay, right? Which is the next step. I kind of skipped ahead. But we don't want to identify what they're doing is not working. Now, once we identified what they're doing, it's not working, we want to present a new method that's going to help them get the results they want to get. And that's where we can invite them to a call to tell them that new method. Now, important here, I found just from a lot of experience that if I just start pitching my services before I get on a call, it doesn't always work. I really like to create curiosity around a method or a process or something that I'm doing that's getting clients faster results. And I will share that with them on the sales call. Okay. That works really well for me versus like, hey, have you ever worked with a coach before? Cool. I'm an online coach. You want to hop on a call? I can tell you about my offer. People don't want to be sold, but they want to buy. And you know what helps people buy is to create curiosity of, ooh, this is new, novel. I'm curious. If you can create curiosity, you'll never, ever have a hard time selling and growing a business. Curiosity is key. All right, cool. So that's step 4. We're going to go into step 5. Step 5 is we're going to learn how to run ads to your Instagram account. The reason we're doing this is we've turned our Instagram account into a lead magnet by on step 3, optimizing profile bio and creating really good content. So we can then run hyper-targeted boosted posts optimized for profile views to your Instagram account to generate new followers. Okay? Just by spending $10 to $20 a day, this should generate 10 to 30 new followers. And again, all new followers are leads. You can then message them and book calls with them if they need your help. It's as simple as that. Okay. Another way you can run ads to your Instagram account is by doing shout outs. This is where you can go to bigger pages who have hundreds, if not millions of followers, and you can pay them $100 to $200 and they will do a boosted post or essentially a promotional post on their page telling more people to follow your account. And if you do that, all the new followers you get, you can then message, invite to call, etc. That's it. Okay. If you guys can do those 5 things, that will take you to $20,000 a month. Number 1, optimize your offer. Number 2, have a standard sales process that's just doing one thing and preferably Zoom or phone calls. Number 3 is turning your Instagram account into a lead magnet. Number 4, learning how to book calls from the new followers that come in. And number 5, running ads, whether they're boosted posts or shout outs to your account to get more followers, which you can then message. Okay. Do that. You will get to $20,000 a month. Okay. That's all you have to do. Now, like I shared earlier in the video, I want to share with you how to go from $20,000 to $50,000 a month. Okay. So let's cover those 2 bonus steps. Bonus step number 1. Okay. To go from $20,000 to $50,000 a month, you then need more systems. Okay. You need more systems. You need more structure, and you need people to be more indoctrinated with you and what you do before they hop on sales calls or calls with you. And how we do that is by creating a free training that covers your unique process. This is a 10 to 30 minute training, and it goes over how you get your clients results. A very simple framework, or for a title for this, is here's how to insert their goal without what they don't want to do. Here's how to lose 20 pounds without cutting carbs. Here's how to lose those love handles without giving up the foods you love. It needs to be unique. The ones I just shared are kind of more vanilla. Everyone uses those. But you can make it really sexy. Mine is how to get 10 clients a month so you can add $10,000 a month to your existing revenue. So instead of a without, I said so that you can, right? It's just a different copy formula, but again, same thing. Now, the formula or framework for the actual free training should look like this. You wanna have a hook at the start of the video. Here's how to do this thing. And you wanna add some social proof behind it. This same process has helped Billy go from here to here, Sally go from here to here, and Ed go from here to here. And I'm gonna give this to you for free in this presentation, right? Some sort of hook. Here's how to do this thing. I'm gonna show you proof. This is what you're gonna learn. Let's dive in. Once you share that, you then wanna share your origin story. The origin story here is telling people how you became the expert in this and can talk about this. Oftentimes in the origin story, it connects with people where they're at based off where you were, okay? So if you used to be in a state of worry and anxiety about the way you looked, about the way you dressed, and now after training, you feel much more confident, we wanna talk about that journey. Those emotions will connect with your ideal clients. Then you wanna give 3 to 5 steps of value, which is typically your 3 to 5 step process of how you help people. And finally, we wanna do a call to action to apply, right? So after they've gone through this, hey, if you wanna work with me, go ahead and click the apply button below. You can book a call with my team and we'll share with you how we can help you go from here to here. Very simple framework. Last but not least, we start to switch running the ads to our profile, right? Which is what we did in step 5. And we're gonna run them to the free training. This is higher budget stuff. Once you're above $50 a day is when we're gonna switch to this type of strategy. With this, you can deliver it via Messenger, so you can send the free training via DMs, or you can have them go through a traditional opt-in page where they put their phone number, email, and go to the free training. Typically, rule of thumb for this, if you're spending less than $50 a day, deliver it via DMs. If you're spending more than $50 a day, I highly suggest delivering it through the landing page. The reason for that is you can have a lot more automations and systems that will allow for future scaling. All right, so this is what I got. You got these 5 steps to get you to 20,000, and you have these next 2 steps to get you to 50,000, okay? This alone can do that for you, okay? It's easy to get overwhelmed with all the different options or ways. Masterclass, do I do a webinar? Do I create a YouTube channel? Do I create a podcast? There's so many distractions. And what I really want you to focus on is how can I simplify? How can I simplify my business to where I can do less so I can just focus on the inputs that actually create the outputs of new clients. And if you guys do these 5 steps and the bonus 2 to 7, you will have a very, very successful business. Now, if you are still here and you want some support on setting these 5 steps up, this is what we do inside of our coaching program. Okay, we have a 6-month mastermind container and we help coaches install these 5 steps. Okay, to learn more about how we do this, and if you're interested in working with us, just click the link below. There's gonna be an apply button below, and it'll take you to a page that looks like this. And from there, you can book a call with my team to see if it's a good fit. All right, that's what I got, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.